after all these years, I always say content is king, and content is king, and content wins the day. And of course, we all believe that, and it's true. But the way that content is delivered, the way consumers want it, it's changed. So you guys have as good content as anybody. The question is the challenges of delivery and consumption, and the opportunity for advertisers. So,
right.
High level, give us your view on that.
Well, you've hit the central question, honestly, facing the entire media industry. There's never been a time with more challenges, but there's never been a more intellectually interesting time to be in the business. If you take a company like ours, we have set ambition for ourselves to literally reinvent the company from the inside out. So continue to dominate our core businesses with the premium content that we have, but that's going to shift and change a little bit, because with these new distribution mechanisms and with so much choice available for consumers, we really want to be a fan engagement company, meaning that, you know, Nielsen ratings are going to become less and less relevant, and we really want to engage fans that come back over and over and over again, because they're the easiest people to monetize. Now, as far as distribution goes, we've been making massive investments in technology to make sure that we can reach the consumers where they're going to be and where they are. So just by way of one example with CNN, I mean, it wasn't that long ago when CNN was basically a linear TV network, and it had a website. But the way that the company thought of itself was a linear TV network with a website. Now, we're on Snapchat, we're on Facebook, we're on mobile, we're still CNN.com, and of course the TV network. That requires a specific expertise within the company, and we are formatting CNN for different audiences on different platforms. So that's really how everything is going to change. And then of course, there are going to be more and more distributors over time, and we need to work with those new partners, because we want our brands in front of as many people in as many places as we can. The average age of someone in the United States who watches CNN, the linear TV network, is 58. The average age of the Snapchat user of CNN is in their early 20s. And we want to capture it all along the spectrum. So I think the opportunities are to deliver our media content in new and innovative ways so that people will consume. Nobody would have thought people in their early 20s would have been interested in CNN, but that's not true. And you know, when you look at Cartoon Network, we're making digital destinations with Cartoon Network that actually allow kids to engage with the content and change storylines and make it much more interactive and much more interesting. And so it's harder work for us, because we have to make the investments and the resources and continue to have the expertise. But it's great for consumers, because the experience is just going to continue to get better and better.
And what about the advertisers? You guys are getting ready for the new front and the upfront.
Right.
TV is the monster. How do you present the advertising opportunity in this changing world?
Well, I'm really proud of our company, who historically has always been at the forefront of the evolution of advertising. And again, we've set very high ambitions for ourselves. And we've made announcements where, you know, we've halved the number of ads on True TV, for example. On our new TNT dramas, we're doing those with minimum commercial loads. The reason why we're able to do that and not lose money is because the quality of the advertising is getting better. Big data is a big part of that. Making sure that we can have advertisements that are more contextually relevant for viewers. And we're seeing really great early success. And I'm quite confident going into the upfront this year. I think it's going to be healthy.
And finally, the big picture is there's a big movement towards subscription, obviously, the Netflix and the Amazon, and then there's the big commercial world that you guys play in. How is that balance going to play out in the future, do you think?
I think there's room for everybody. I think, again, consumers are going to make their choice as to how they want to consume content, and there are going to be those people who will just not want to watch ads, and there are going to be those people who are going to be fine with ads. I think Hulu is an interesting example. I heard a statistic recently from them, you know, because they've got two models. They've got an ad-free and then an advertising-supported model. I think the majority of their new subscribers are still signing up for the ads.
How do you see the company expanding or growing or dealing with all these transitions?
Well, again, it's building out the brands that we have. So we're calling it, Project 360, like trying to be able to better monetize the brands in more and more ways. But this is where the AT&T acquisition could be quite helpful. With their nearly 25 million subscribers with DirecTV, and with 130 million mobile users, and their platform and their technology and their network, and then on top of that, the data. I think, of course, we're not going to offer our content exclusively on that platforms because we make money by being agnostic, but we're going to be able to learn a lot, and I think it might be able to supercharge our growth somewhat, either in first of all, mobile is a huge opportunity, and in advertising with the use of data.